Yours on? There we go. Everybody's on down here. All right, it is 6:15. We'll call this meeting to order. Has everybody taken a chance to look over our minutes from our last meeting, which was November the 26th? If so, do I hear a motion?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Got a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All in favor? All right, financial report, Mr. Carl.
Yeah, so we found out about the gateway signs, how much we have left on that, because that was one of the questions last month. And that is 42,872. It's almost 43,000, and we have 78,957 in the bank. So we do have enough to finish off the gateway signs, and that also leaves us enough for the
Side grant.
sod grant that we talked about last week too. But there hadn't been any activity in the account. It's just the 78,957 in the account, and those two things that we've got coming up.
Okay, moving on down to number 4, old business. Update on Gateway signage project.
So I spoke to Glenn Nosick, who is the company handling the gateway signs. He came, they were in town doing another project. So the remaining balance, as Carl said, was 42,872, and I met with Bobby Elliott, who's Director of Community Development, and we're working now to mark all the signage. He's got to get it, utility standpoint, mark everything. They should be able to, up and running in 1st of January, get going on it. So whether it get there.
Okay, we had a question. That's about what your figure said too, wasn't it, Tracy? Okay, all right. All right, anything else, Janet?
If we want to talk about, go ahead and talk about discussion
You're-
of the Southern Homes Facade Grant.
All right.
As Carl mentioned as well, we have money to, finance that, if you guys approve it. Rosemary, do you have any questions or anything? Okay. So,
I think we approved it last month, didn't we? We approved
based
it
upon-
Contingent
if we had the
funding.
money, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a set deal then? We don't need to vote on it again tonight then, do we? Okay. Moving on down to 5, new business. I think Kimberly's got something there.
Yeah, Bill and I met with the 5 applicants on Friday at City Hall, just to go over the names again. Deborah Hohenstein, Matthew Montahan, Ellen McBrayer, Michael Young, and Thomas Bruno. Well, all the applicants showed true passion for wanting to serve, and we appreciate that. We chose 2 people based on they're just the best fit because of the experience they have. So at this time, he and I would like to recommend to the DDA Matthew Montahan and Michael Young, and then to be presented to the city council.
Okay.
Right.
Now that's the deal. We'll have to vote on that tonight then, is that right? Or is that,
That should be done.
I would imagine we
Okay.
would.
Yeah, 'cause we only have one city council meeting in January.
okay.
So what we need to think about is who is going to take Charlene's 4-year term, then who is going to take Brian's term that ends July 13th, 2019. And I don't know how we want to go about that, but, what do you guys think?
Any recommendations?
So we're gonna have to go through this process again in 6 months.
Yes?
I think it Matt. I'll make a motion that we recommend Matt Montahan for the 4-year term and Michael Young to fill the open spot.
No, hers
That
is,
expires in
hers is a
July.
4-year term.
That's what I'm saying. I was pointing at the empty seat over there,
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
not at Charlene. Now, I recommend Matt to fill the spot being vacated by Charlene and Michael Young to fill the spot ending in July, that we make that recommendation to the city council.
I actually feel like we should do the opposite.
Okay. I'm open either way. I was just throwing something out there.
Just getting the
You
ball
don't-
rolling.
If you want to throw something else out there, I'm good with that too. I was just going.
Okay,
in
do
the
you have
order
motion
said
from
them.
you then?
Yeah.
You don't want to
Why
exclude?
is that?
Well, the reason I say that is because I don't know how much I should say, actually. Gosh, Matthew,
I'd say it's worth a question.
can I,
Oh, okay.
can I say
No,
what?
I know what you're gonna say.
I'd rather just explain to you later.
I don't have a preference. Y'all do what y'all wanna do, whatever y'all think is fair.
I would say that if we could put Michael Young in for the 4-year term, and then, put Matthew in until 7/13/2019, and look at it again,
Okay.
that would be my recommendation.
Okay, I got a motion from, we'll have to take his off then, right?
Oh, I withdraw mine.
Okay, and that was your motion. Do we have a second on that?
I'll second it.
All right, all in favor? Then that'll go before the city council in their only January meeting, is that right?
Correct. January 8th.
Also, we think it would be a really good idea to, draft a letter to the applicants who were not selected, and just really thank them for, applying. And we hope that they'll continue to be interested in these positions, because they come up ever so often. We definitely consider them again, all of them.
I wonder if Miss Tracy could draft us a letter.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Tracy. All right, any more new business? Any public comment? Items for future agenda? No executive, do I have a motion to adjourn?
A motion.
Have a second?
I second.
All right, all in favor? 6:23, Tracy will open the CBD meeting. Has everybody taken a chance to look at those meetings, minutes from our last meeting? If so, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Got a motion approved, do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? All right, financial report.
Yeah, this one's gonna have a little more to it than the last one. So we have, this one sheet that you're getting has the, current, where we stand currently is the second column, for the year, January 1st through December 17th. And then the first column, they're all the same, Jerry.
They're all
Just
same,
grab one and
okay.
pass it around.
Okay.
And then the first column there is the 19 budget that I've put together. And this is a detail of the budget. If you want to by month, there's not a whole lot to it, though. It's just kind of take everything, dividing it by 12 for most of them. But if you'll see the actual for the year so far, and you'll see that tax collections from the city, that's only 9 months. That's why it's a little low right now, because we have not received a check in a little while. So that's for 9 months. We've still got 3 more months coming this year. And then the amount for the 19 budget of 145 is close to what, does that sound about right, Tom? Yeah, based on what the percentage that we get, and you were calculating what, about 300,000? So that's the 145. And then we've got the expenses below there. You'll see the expenses we've incurred so far this year, and that's pretty much gonna be it. I don't foresee a whole lot more expenses in the next 2 weeks. So the expense side should be pretty well set for this year. And what I've done in the budget is I've increased some of these just for inflation. Some of them I've kept the same because I know they're gonna be the same, and some of them I got rid of because we're not gonna have it anymore, like that brand design that's all done now, so we won't have that anymore. But the ones that I've increased, and this is up for discussion too, this is not set in stone. I need you guys to, let me know. We don't have to finalize it today. You can think about it. We can talk about it at the next meeting. The increases you'll see there are the promotions, which is the little knickknacks and such that we give away all over the place. Not we, but Sharon and the tourism gives away. And supplies, a little bit of increase. The advertising is an increase, because that's where our main expense is anyway, because the goal of our CVB is to advertise the city and get people, tourists here, so increase that budget. And then also increase the conference, conventions, meetings, and travel, so that we can go to more conventions and such, promote the city. And I actually talked to Sharon about that, and she has a list of ones that she's gone to and ones that she's hoping to go to, if we can get some more money in that. And then also the event sponsorships, I'm not sure about. I put that in there, but it should only be events that are going to attract out-of-town people. So if there's some bigger events that are going to attract out-of-town people, then it may be worth giving them more money to more promote the city. But that's where that came from. And you'll see we have a surplus down there. So we got to figure out some way to use that surplus as well. There's a surplus of about 23,000 predicted so far. And some things I thought about were updating or helping to update the attractions in town. And in talking to Sharon, really the big attraction in town that brings the out-of-town folks is the Pine Mountain Gold Museum. And it brings in a lot of schools and such too, so maybe we consider updating Pine Mountain Gold Museum somehow, giving them some money for a project they have to kind of update that tourist attraction. And maybe look at some additional promotional items or such that can be done. And another attraction that we have in town is the mill. So maybe if we can get some larger events at the mill that really bring in a lot of out-of-town folks, like some of the bigger bands and such, maybe we can help pitch in for that as well to try to promote Villa Rica that way. Just some ideas I'm throwing out there. So
Have we ever donated anything to Gold Rush even?
I don't think we gave anything to Gold Rush last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we promote it, but the events that we sponsored, that we helped sponsor last year were the rodeo and, well, no, I think we gave money to the race, the Gold Rush
Yeah, we
race.
did.
Yeah, Rusty
Yeah.
Dean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was one more, I can't remember which one it was.
Thomas Dorsey.
Yeah, I think it was Thomas Dorsey, yeah. So,
I don't know if you guys are aware that Pine Mountain falls under economic development now. It's under our umbrella.
Hmm.
That's why
yeah.
we talked about that.
And it's really in terms of tourist attractions, that's pretty much, it for Villa Rica. In terms of big tourist attraction places is Pine Mountain Gold Museum, so.
Caroline Douglas
Mm-hmm.
and Pauline Ashley.
Yeah.
There's no other attraction.
Yeah, there's no other attraction around except for that. And Sharon was talking about they're trying to do things to get more schools to come out and visit and such. So they've got a curriculum that they're trying to improve for the schools. So maybe that's an idea. We can help out with that as well. So just some things to think about with the surplus that we're expecting, because we don't want to have a surplus. We want to use that up.
Use it all up.
Mm-hmm. So if y'all take a look at that and any thoughts that you have, we can talk about it at the next meeting, and then maybe vote to finalize it. And Mr. Barber might want to put in his 2 cents as well, or 4 cents, whatever you got.
So that's all on financial then?
That's it on financial.
All right. Moving on down to old business. All right, moving on to 5, consideration of CVB budget.
That's what we just did.
We just went over
I
that.
jumped ahead of myself.
All right. Any new business? Any public comment? Oh, I got 2 hands, all right?
So, since I was appointed DDA, Does that mean I'm also appointed to this board? Just for clarity?
Yeah, they're the same.
Do I need to be, like, does it need to be a vote or anything on that, or? I don't know.
You just need to be sworn in by the city council, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just make a recommendation to the city council, and the city council actually makes the appointment.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
then they'll swear you in.
Recommendations from the separate.
No.
They're the same,
Same.
yeah.
Okay.
And that, and they'll, the council will give you your final notice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you all.
Or otherwise, we'll just make you get up and leave after the first half and have somebody else come up here.
Didn't know how to make it official. You know, I didn't know.
Tom, did you have something?
Question, Janet, have you given them an update on how we spent product development money this year?
I have not.
That might be worth it. You know that off the top of your head without the number?
I'm trying to think. So we had product development money that we have to spend every year, by a certain time. So we gave the majority of that money, I wanna say 30-something thousand to Pine Mountain. They had a lot of stuff that needed to be for safety reasons, electrical, fencing, stuff like that. So we gave that to them, via product development money, and then the rest of the money, majority of the rest of the money went to them to pay for the gold miner statue. Finish completion of that, to get it bronzed. So that was probably about 20-something thousand there. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, and that'll be ready April.
With bronze, I mean, the
Yes.
statue.
And they'll bring it out here.
Have they made
They
a,
sent me an email, and they're in process now, but it takes about 6 months to get it.
have they decided on a location yet?
Have not. That's gonna have a lot to do with what happens here and, I guess the plan for the city in the next 5 years. We certainly don't wanna put it somewhere and have people.
Move it,
Once
yeah.
it's there, it's there. It's staying, so, that'll have to be discussed. I know the original place was over here, but that dynamic may change. So, that's where the majority of the money, product development money went.
Any more public comment? Items for future agenda? No executive. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
And y'all are all invited to the auditorium.